Hello everybody and welcome to the lecture on structure of unification algorithm. A lecture in the course of Introduction to Artificial Intelligence for Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering students of the 8th semester. In the last video lecture, we tried to understand the working of the unification algorithm with the help of examples. What we will be doing through the upcoming lectures is slowly build our understanding of the algorithm bit by bit. In today's lecture, we will try to understand the structure of the unification algorithm. The unification algorithm is designed to return a list as a composition of substitutions that were performed during the matching or the comparison process. If the returned list is empty, it indicates that a match was found without any substitutions. If the returned list is a single value, fail, it indicates that the unification failed, meaning two predicates could not be matched. Now to start with, let us first write all the things that we know about the algorithm. Firstly, we have the name of the algorithm, unify. Then the number of arguments that will be passed to the algorithm. We know that the algorithm intends to unify two entities. Why two entities? Because we are trying to find two complementary, contradicting literals for resolution. Remember resolution? And unification is helping us match the two literals. That's why the algorithm unify is going to have two inputs to it to compare, say L1 and L2. So now our header of the algorithm is ready and it looks like this. Algorithm colon unify into bracket L1 comma L2. For example, consider two predicates like x comma y and like John comma Spot. What are L1 and L2 expected to be? Are they expected to be the predicate symbols to be given as inputs to be unified? Or are L1 and L2 expected to be individual pairs of arguments to be compared? Or are the arguments expected to be the two predicates with their arguments entirely? These are some very important questions. What are L1 and L2? Let's see. We know how the unification algorithm works. Can we send only predicate symbols as the input to the algorithm? No, because if the predicate symbols match, the number of arguments needs to be compared. If that matches, the individual argument pair needs to be compared. Let's observe what all needs to be compared. Predicate symbols, number of arguments in the predicates and each pair of arguments. The unification algorithm needs this information through its inputs. If we pass two complete predicates, for example, like x comma y as L1 and like John comma Spot as L2, the predicate symbols are accessible to the algorithm and can be compared, and also the number of arguments is available and can be compared. So L1 and L2 can be two complete predicates like x comma y and like John comma Spot. But notice something special here. The two complete predicates are compared or unified to get one predicate symbols and two number of arguments in the predicates. And inside the two predicates, each argument pair needs to be compared or unified. We need to compare argument pairs inside the comparison of two entire predicates. We need to unify argument pairs inside the unification of the entire predicates. Does this give you a hint of the structure of the algorithm? Yes, This can be implemented as a recursive algorithm. That means we need to pass the two entire predicates as literals L1 and L2 to be unified. The algorithm will then unify the predicate symbols and number of arguments as steps in the algorithm. But to unify the argument pairs, we will use recursion. So for example, let us consider the predicates like x, y and like John, Spot. We call the unify algorithm unify like x, y, like John, Spot. Here obviously L1 is like x, y and L2 is John, Spot. First, the predicate symbols will be unified. That is like. They match. Then the number of arguments will be unified. 2. It matches. Then in a for loop, we will call unify L1, L2 with L1 as x and L2 as John. It will then return the substitution John for x. The substitution list at this point will be John for x. Then we will call unify L1, L2 with L1 as y and L2 as Spot. It will return substitution as Spot for y. This needs to be appended to the substitution list as Spot for y, then John for x as two individual brackets. This is according to the function composition notation. And this will be our final returned substitution list. I hope this example clears the structure of the unification algorithm. So, for now, our header of the algorithm is ready and it looks like algorithm unify into bracket L1, L2. We know what L1 and L2 is, don't we? I hope the basic structure of the algorithm is clear to everybody. Please contact me in case you have any difficulties. Thank you.